All season. I'm Ronald Heron, and along with Terry Carr, we'll be bringing you the Panthers' march as they work through the Art Valley League, District 7, and hopefully into the state playoffs again this year. Got an excellent night for football, Terry. Looks like a capacity crowd on hand for this game against the McPherson Bullpups.
This is the first time in 4 years that Derby and McPherson have met. The last 3 years they weren't scheduled because of the games that the teams have to play in their own regional, so they don't get to play everybody in the Art Valley. So Derby hasn't seen Art Valley the last 3 years, so this is renewing an old rivalry.
Terry, the Panthers had an 11-1 season last year. Just an outstanding season. They averaged 36 points a game and had 9 points defensively. Total of 441 points. Went to the 6A state championship. Led Lawrence 23-0 at the half, and unfortunately, the Lawrence came back and took the game 27-23. A real heartbreaker. Tom Young's got a good staff returning, quite a few lettermans, a little short on starters, but he's going to be relying heavily, I think, on Barry Galbraith, number 9, a senior quarterback who's seen plenty of action through the years, but up until his sophomore year, where he started the district playoff game, more or less played JV.
Well, there will be a lot of changes this year, a lot of new faces, and not all of them will be in uniform. Coach Easter resigned from the staff to accept an administrative job, and he's been replaced by Bill Shaw, who comes up from Wellington, who has an outstanding football program. Coach Shaw was an assistant down at Wellington for a number of years and was well thought of, and he comes in as a new defensive coordinator. One of the key things this year, Ron, is going to be Derby staying healthy. This is probably the first time in 2 or 3 or 4 years that they haven't had the depth that they've normally had in key positions. So it's critical for Derby to stay healthy and not get injured.
Talking about injuries, of course, start the season with Devin Klisch on the sidelines, a key defensive safety, and also the starting tailback and Tyson Malik's on the sideline with a little hip injury. So capable replacements, but as you say, it could be critical, and hopefully they'll return to action in the next week. I know Coach Young wants to rest him and certainly not risk any further injuries since this is the start of the season.
I think this game tonight exemplifies the difference between two programs. Derby has very few starters back, but has an outstanding potential for a ball team. McPherson has 19 starters returning, but they're low in the league, and I think a lot of it speaks highly of the staff and the program at Derby, that they keep kids coming up through the program, and they have kids to fill the shoes when seniors graduate.
We're just about set for the kickoff. The Bullpups won the toss and elected to defer to the second half, so the Panthers will be receiving, defending the south goal. We'll give you the starting offensive lineup in a minute. The last time McPherson and Derby played was in 1990 on this field, and the Panthers won a rather lopsided victory, 44-7. Derby leads the series over McPherson 7-2 right now, and hopefully they'll make it 8-2 tonight, Terry.
Well, the kids are pumped. They're ready to play football, and believe me, they've been reminded that they ended the season last year with a loss, and they've had a taste of what it's like to get to the state championship game, and these kids want to go back. Corey Gorley's in a new role. He'll be back receiving the kickoff deep, normally a wide receiver. He's replacing Billy Wise, who graduated and is up at Hutch JUCO playing football this year.
It's a deep kick. Gurley's going to take it on about the 5. Breaks one tackle, slips a couple more, and gets out to around the 27-yard line. So Panthers will start the season 1st and 10 on their own 27-yard line. We'll set the offense for you. Wide receiver is going to be 175-pound Corey Gurley, number 25. Tight end will be number 87, 205-pound senior Josh Riedel. The tackles will be Josh Ost, 217 pounds, and Jason Reitmeyer, 235-pound senior. The guards will be number 63, D. Duncan, 240 pounds, and Ross Graney, 75, 230 pounds. Galbraith brings them out of the huddle. Wehrman goes in motion, pitch back to Jarrod Foster, 165-pound junior, picks up about 3 yards on the carry. Winkler, 200 pounds. That's at center. Galbraith is the quarterback, number 9. Wehrman, number 34, 185-pound seniors at fullback. And Jarrod Foster starting in the place of injured Tyson Malik, number 33. Galbraith drops back, run the quarterback draw, and he's going to pick up about 10 yards on the play. Be good enough for a first down.
That was a design draw play, and it was just Barry drops back 3 steps and then picks up some blocking upfield and worked real well.
Out.
We look for Derby probably to pass a little more this year, Ron. They have a lot of confidence in Barry and his ability, and they've got some outstanding receivers back from last year.
Derby's in the eye. 2 wideouts, Severin and Malik. Fullback trap to Wehrman on the cut, breaks 1 tackle around the left side, picks up good yardage, Terry. Probably about 6-7 yards on the carry.
That's good speed getting to the outside, and then McPherson is really trying to stack it inside the best they can. They drop down in the 5-man front that time.
The 50-yard line. Panthers break the huddle, going to slot right. A little extra action there by number 51 for the Bullpups, trying to anticipate the count. He's going to call for.
Well, that's one thing that I'm sure they picked up on the sidelines, is that they're doing some blitzing and trying to distract the offense as much as they can, and Derby wisely went to a long count and pulled them off sides.
Comes out. Panthers in a slot right formation again. Foster's the lone setback. It's a straight handoff, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. He might have got, we'll give him a half a yard, but stacked up pretty quick.
A lot of quickness, the team defensive captain for the team.
Make it 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. Severin goes wide right. Malik's wide left. Early pass out to Malik's complete at the 37-yard line. He's going to be down inside the 35 to about the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds. Be good enough for a first down. Nice pass to the out in the flat by Barry, and Malik was there, made the reception. And
it's a look for Derby. Use that quick out, and pretty soon hit that quick out and up and get behind the defense. They've got to take what McPherson's giving them, and that's the outside stuff right now. They're stacking it inside pretty tight.
Worley's wide right, Malik's in the slot to the right. Hand off to Foster. He's going to be tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. There's a flag on the play. Probably going to be a hold. It is against the Panthers. Make it first and 22. Worley comes wide left. Severin's in the slot to the left. Galbraith rolls left, looks downfield. He's going to be brought down from behind. Some lack of breakdown on the blocking assignments on that play, Terry.
Well, the linebackers were coming hard, and the offensive line's not picking up the stunts of the linebackers. Barry tried to roll out to get some time, but just couldn't get away from number 7.
Over on the right side of the field, I don't know if that was a throwback play he was trying to set up or what, but there's 3 or 4 offensive linemen on the right side. Malik comes wide left now. Wehrman's in the slot to the left. Galbraith drops straight back, goes downfield, got Malik at the 35, complete, going to get out of bounds inside the 35, down to about the 32 again, the original line of scrimmage. So
again, they're playing real soft on the corners and giving them some room out there on 1-on-1.
Malik goes wide right, Worley's wide left. Wehrman and Foster are the setbacks for the Panthers. Galbraith drops straight back, looks downfield. He's got a man, got two people downfield, Riedel and Malik, but he underthrew the ball, and it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th and 10 for the Panthers, and I'm sure they'll go for it. Simpler brings him out of the huddle. Worley goes wide right. Severin's wide left. Wehrman's the lone setback. Foster's in the slot to the right, going to have a penalty. We got to delay a game against the Panthers.
I think the Panthers were waiting for a play to be sent in, and one didn't get sent in, and by the time they got to the line of scrimmage, they didn't have time to get something called. That's a big 5-yard penalty.
Galbraith drops straight back. Throws deep downfield to Severin. It's overthrown, and we just had double coverage on Aaron. There was not much chance of him to catch that ball, but well thrown ball.
Maybe open up and to get the defense set back a little bit. Not allow them to charge like they have been.
McPherson comes out of the huddle. Number 3, Rob Arnold, is the quarterback. Arnold hands off to number 8, Josh Redstone, who is also listed as number 9, Chad Wendell. 156-pound senior, is the tailback. He picks up about 6 yards on the carry. Just a little off tackle carry.
McPherson's pretty proud of their speed, and it's going to be interesting to see how Derby counters the speed that McPherson thinks they have.
Arnold hands off again to Waddell, and he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage for probably a 2-yard loss. A good pursuit by the Panthers that time, and McPherson lined up in a power left formation and ran to the power.
They did a good job of penetrating and getting into the backfield that time.
We'll bring up 3rd down, about 7 for the Bullpups. Ball on about their own 42-yard line. Arnold gives a straight handoff to the fullback, number 41, Jason Mead. He's hit immediately at the line of scrimmage. We might give him a foot or two on the carry, but a good interior line play by the Panthers.
Ryan Parscale that time ran on the tackle, and the middle of that defensive line did an outstanding job on that series of shutting them down after that first carry.
It's going to bring up first punt of the game, Terry. McPherson's going to do the punting. Number 34, Spencer Burnett, is the punter. Also does the kicking for Jarrod Foster's back to receive the punt. He just gets it off. It's end over end punt. Foster takes it on his 28-yard line, fumbles the ball. I'm not sure who got it. I think Derby got it back, but yeah. Just early first game jitters. Panthers will begin their second offensive series from their own 27. 1st and 10. A little bit deeper field position this time. Severin's wide right, Worley's wide left. Panthers are breaking the I, traditional I formation this time quite a bit this year. Galbraith drops straight back, and he's going to be brought down immediately on a hard rush.
Again, that's at the stunts of the middle linebackers. That the offensive guards have got to pick that up, or Barry's not going to have any time to do anything, even hand off.
20-yard line now. Tyler Malik checks into the game, goes wide right. Severin goes wide left. Foster's in the slot to the left. Now he checks back, goes to the right. Penalty. Delay a game against the Panthers again. The Panthers are having a little bit of trouble getting the plays in the game right now. This is their first game.
All the teams that they have in the passing screen, so this is really going to answer some questions for them as far as how they stack up and how they line up.
Panthers have it second and a little about 22 yards for a first down. They've been in the hole several times tonight. Hand off to Foster. He breaks a tackle, gets out to the left side, breaks another tackle. Good straight arm. He's going to pick up about 17 yards on the carry. Real close to that carry. Good cutback by Jarrod Foster, the junior.
He did an excellent job of following his blockers that time, and left side of that offensive line did a good job of blowing straight ahead, and Jarrod just followed him for about 10 yards and then cut off and gained 6 or 7 more yards on his own.
We'll give him 17 on the carry, so it brings up 3rd and 5 for the Panthers. Severin wide right, Gurley wide left. Flags again.
Penalty flag.
I'm not sure if McPherson moved a little quick or Derby did.
Yeah, it was real close to drawing him off sides. I'm not sure if they drew him off sides or if Derby moved to protect them.
Procedure against the Panthers, so that's 4 penalties early in the game here for the Panthers. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Panthers. Malik comes wide left. Severin goes wide right. Foster's in the slot to the left. Wehrman's the lone setback. Another penalty on the play and a motion movement on the right side of the Panther line.
Derby just needs to take their time, get settled down now, and get their head back in the ball game.
Panthers break the huddle. Malik wide right, Gurley wide left. Galbraith's going to be rushed out of the pocket. There's penetration up the middle of the Panther line by the McPherson linebackers, and he might get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be 4th and about 11. Good snap. It's a low end-over-end kick. Elliott's going to field it on the 45, his own. Gets through a couple tackles, going to be brought down just across the 50, about the 47-yard line of the Panthers. So low driving kick, the kind you don't want to get. They're easy to return, and he did.
Again.
Arnold brings the McPherson team up over the ball. The pro eye set. Quick handoff to the fullback, number 41, Jason Mead, over the left side. He picks up about 6 yards on the carry. Gets down close to the 40-yard line, close to the line of scrimmage, about 1.5 yards back. And straight handoff to him, and he gets through the hole quick if it's there.
The left side of the offensive line for McPherson did a good job of getting low and moving people out that time.
Same play other side, handoff to Mead again, but this time he's stuck behind the line of scrimmage, hit hard.
As number 45, David Russell, in for the stop for the Panthers.
Well, it looks like both teams are having a little trouble getting their blocking assignments down, getting the timing down, although McPherson doesn't have any penalties at this point. I think Derby has 5 or 6 in the first quarter, which doesn't help anything.
Derby's had in the past. They've just had to wait for their opportunity.
You know, I think last year, Terry, we said that quite possibly Derby's second team was the second best team in the Ark Valley, and that always helps a team in terms of scrimmaging and practicing. McPherson's ball 1st and 10 on the Derby 42-yard line. Arnold drops back, looks downfield, floats one down. It's going to be picked off by Nate Phillips.
Nate doing a good job of back there playing in his safety position, just waiting back, playing center field, but steps up and makes a timely interception. Nate doing a good job to the ball. That's something we don't always see with the secondary.
Panthers have it 1st and 10 on their own 32. Barry brings them out of the huddle. Double wideouts, I formation. Wehrman and Foster are the setbacks. Pitch back to Foster. The right side, he's stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Might get a yard on the play.
They're getting McPherson has eight guys within 2 or 3 yards of the line of scrimmage, so they're playing real tight, challenging.
Panthers, Malik checks in the ball game. Malik comes wide right. Aaron Severin goes wide left. Wehrman's in motion. I believe we're going to have another delay of game penalty against the Panthers. That's 3 or 4 now, Terry. That could be a little concerning to the squad. See, Barry was asking the official, questioning whether he has a fast watch or not, I think. And the official pointed out to him that he didn't. Panthers at the line. Double wideouts. Barry drops straight back, looks downfield. He's got Malik out in the flat. Complete. Gets down close to the 40-yard line.
That's what
38.
That's what we talked about, having to take whatever McPherson's going to give you, and that's what they're giving you with the one-on-one coverage with 8 guys up on the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to take that little pass out there. He has outstanding speed, probably the best speed that Derby's had out wide since Randy Young's days. So they're going to have to use that and capitalize on that.
I think with his speed, and of course Tyler Malik's got excellent hands. Barry drops back, throws out in the flats, complete to Corey Gurley. Corey breaks a tackle across the 50. It's a foot race. Corey's going to be run out of bounds inside the 20 at about the 17-yard line.
There again, Derby has outstanding hands and some outstanding speed out there, and they've got to take what McPherson's giving them. And with the one-on-one coverage out there and as soft as they're playing, Derby's got to take advantage of that. Designed after the season. And so it's the coach's first year, and
Panthers break the huddle. Malik's wide right, Severin's wide left. Pitch back to Foster on the left side. He breaks one tackle, drives down in close to the 10-yard line, got across the 15. Nice hard run by Jarrod Foster. Good bit of blocking on the left side of the line too. Opened up a nice hole at the.
Severin has too much speed. I think Malik and Corey Gorley have too much speed for somebody to come up and play him 3 or 4 yards off of him.
Give Foster 7 yards on the carry, make it 2nd and 7, 2nd and 3. And there's another penalty on the field. Let's hope it's against McPherson. They haven't had one yet, and it's offsides against McPherson. Well, that's a switch. We got a first down out of the deal. Panthers break the huddle. Simpro leads them out. Burley goes wide left. Riedel's the tight end on the right side. High formation with Wehrman and Foster. Pitch back to Foster on the right side. Oh, he cut back. Just slipped on the grass. Had a little rain today and yesterday, and I'm sure he just lost his footing, but cut back, brought down right at the 5. We'll give him a yard on the carry. Game goes wide right. Riedel's the tight end on the left side. High formation. Pitch back to Foster, cuts inside. He's going to be stacked up, still driving down inside the 3. Going to get close to probably about the 2.
That was all second effort. McPherson was in a blitz with their outside linebackers, and he was 3 yards deep in the backfield about the time Foster gathered the ball in. So he was fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage. And so
you're right. It was good second and third effort by Jarrod on that carry because he was hit in the Derby backfield. Hand off to Foster, breaks inside. He's going to be stacked up again. He might have got a yard on the play. An awful good defensive stand by the McPherson defensive line. It doesn't look like the Derby line is just quite firing out yet.
Well, there again, McPherson had somebody in the hand up in the backfield about the time Barry handed the ball off, and Derby's got to do a better job from tackle to tackle, sealing down and keeping penetration.
It'll be 4th and goal, about a yard and a half. Double wideouts, Gurley and Malik for the Panthers, I formation. Galbraith rolls right, throws complete to Wehrman. Touchdown, Panthers.
There again, McPherson stacking everything up inside, and Derby just rolling out a little bit. And that's what they're going to have to do. They've got to take whatever McPherson's giving them, and that's the outside ball game.
It's that little pass to the fullback coming out of the backfield, and that's been an excellent play for the Panthers for a good number of years. I don't think I've hardly ever seen them incomplete it. It's always picked up key yardage and sometimes long yardage, and that time it went for 6 points and a touchdown. So 7:17 to go in the second quarter. Panthers go on top 6-0. Chuck Holt, extra point kicker this year, and Chuck drives it down the middle, so Panthers finally get on the scoreboard, 7-0. That was a good sustained drive by the Panthers, Terry.
Derby made some adjustments in their offensive attack, and for that adjustment, so the next offensive position, look for Derby maybe to start throwing the ball a little bit deeper. The key is going to be give Barry a little more time to get set up so he can throw a deep pattern.
The key to that drive was the long pass play from Galbraith to Gorley, and it took it down inside the 20. And again, as we said earlier, it appears that Barry's got the time. He can find the receivers and complete them. The running game's still got some work to do. They can't seem to get the holes. DeVore kicks off for the Panthers. Ball's dropped at the 10-yard line. He's going to be hit hard inside the 15.
Excellent coverage by the Panthers. Derby's always has taken pride in their specialty teams, and they have probably the best two specialty players back from last year, and that's the two Malik brothers.
1st and 10 on about their own 13-yard line, so Derby's got them pinned back, got excellent field position for Derby right now. If they can hold them and force them to punt or even get a turnover down this deep. Arnold brings them out of the huddle. Just a straight handoff on the right side to Waddell, number 9, and he's going to pick up a couple of yards on the carry. McPherson comes out with 2 wideouts. Straight handoff to the fullback, number 41. Meade, he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. He might get a yard on the carry. That's the quick hitter that a couple of times has worked, and a couple of times Derby's stacked it up right at the line.
Making that stop from his right defensive end position.
McPherson comes with 2 wideouts again. Arnold drops back, going to run the option, pitches out. It's a bad pitch, fumble. I think McPherson recovered the fumble, but it's going to be back inside the 10-yard line. Just a bad pitch by Arnold that time. Pushed him back a little bit, and now they should end up with excellent field position.
Jarrod Foster back take the second person playing the ball game.
Burnett's about 3 yards deep in his end zone. A little high snap. He brings it down, gets it off. He hits a high kick. It's going to hang good. Foster calls for a fair catch right at his own 40, at the McPherson 40-yard line. So
that was excellent judgment by Jarrod that time. Just not worried about getting any return yards. It was a short, high punt and much blocking had he not called a fair catch.
Panthers break the huddle, ball setting on the 39-yard line of McPherson, 1st and 10. Gurley's wide right. Galbraith drops straight back, look downfield. He's going to throw deep to Gurley. He's got him on the sideline, complete. Going to step out of bounds inside the 10 at about the 7-yard line.
Well, there again, that's what we talked about. Them pulling up and trying to play one-on-one, and Derby kind of lulled him to sleep with those short passes out in the flats, and they started looking for that. And Derby just has too much speed out on the wide to.
Panthers will have it 1st and 10 on the McPherson 7. Malik goes wide right, Severin wide left. Wehrman and Foster, the setbacks. Galbraith pitch back to Foster on the left side. He's going to maybe get down to the 5-yard line. Again, that line is just having trouble sustaining the block and getting the hole open, and of course take nothing away from McPherson. They're fighting hard.
Plus, we'll do a better job of blocking those two, and their defensive line does a good job of keeping those two guys free.
Second goal from about the 6. Malik's wide right, Worley wide left. Galbraith rolls left, looks downfield. He's going to keep it running. He's inside the 5, cuts back, in for the touchdown. Harry was snagged once or twice, but it was a jersey tackle, and he broke loose. Just cut back into the middle and goes in for 6. So again, a long pass play took the Panthers down in scoring position.
That's going to be interesting now, Rod, to see if McPherson does pull out that tight 8-man defensive front. If they stay in it, Derby apparently solved it now and knows how they want to attack it. Let's McPherson make some adjustments. Look for him to keep hitting the flats.
Snap is down, Holt's kick is up, and it's good. 3:46 to go in the half. Derby moves out 14-0. Some difficulty.
Well, it's I think it's more of an indication of the defense and them having to face eight people up there as much as anything. So Derby is making the adjustments they need to make and taking what McPherson's giving them and some people.
McPherson will put Waddell and Curl back deep, number 9 and number 1, to receive. Chris DeVore set to kick off, number 83 for the Panthers. DeVore gets a high end-over-end short kick. Going to be fielded at about the 15-yard line by... He's loose.
Excellent return by McPherson straight up the middle. Corey Gorley runs him down about the 32-yard line of Derby.
Field position inside Derby's 35-yard line, about the 34, 1st and 10. A new quarterback in for McPherson, number 8. Josh Redstone, 160-pound senior, keeps it around the right side, picks up about 5 on the carry.
Basically off tackle, and on the last series on their fumble on 3rd down, they were trying to run the belly or the option to the outside.
Redstone brings the pups out of the huddle. Hand off to the tailback. That's number 20, Aaron Wright, and that's a new tailback in there also. Person backfield that time. Arnold was 140 pounds. Redstone's listed at 160, and Waddell before was 155. Number 20, Aaron White's 170, so they got a little bit more size back there. It might be a little bit more speed on these last 2 plays. Redstone takes a snap, rolls right, he gets across the line of scrimmage. He's going to pick up the 1st down. Redstone took the snap and just went right down the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was keeping it all the way. McPherson will have a 1st and 10 inside the Derby 25, about the 23-yard line. Wide receiver left for McPherson. Pro set. Redstone's pass to number 81. Johnny Brown was incomplete.
Been 6 for McPherson.
Bring up 2nd and 10. Minute and 15 to go in the half. Redstone drops straight back, looks right, throws over the middle. Paul's tipped by 15. Plays that corner linebacker position. And, Jake just got a hand up there and tipped the ball up. So
well, it looked like McPherson's made 2 adjustments. they're definitely going to attack the outside just a little bit more, and they've gone to their passing game.
Tight end, Mom, they just dropped the ball. That was McPherson, 3rd down, 10. Redstone drops straight back, looks down, he's going to hang one up deep. It's going to be overthrown out of bounds, I think.
Yeah, it's a good thing he threw deep because the only receiver back there had a green jersey on.
Looked like they had 2 or 3 Panthers over there covering. Yeah, it'll be a good kick.
It's almost a crosswind to the kicker here.
Burnett, number 34, is their kicker. He's got a good leg. Good snaps down. Kick is up. It's going to be wide left. Had the distance, Terry, but he was wide left a little bit, so.
Derby got a pretty good rush and maybe made him hurt it just a little bit. Good defensive stand by the Panthers after McPherson started off with excellent field position on the kick return. Derby
and he looked like he could throw the ball a little better too, but as you say, Derby dodged a bullet and defense is held. Panthers have it 1st and 10 on their own 20. Straight handoff ahead to Wehrman. Maybe gets a yard on the play.
Shelby Wehrman, the ball carrier, picks up short yardage over the left side.
Here by the coaches, but they do have some outstanding teams they have to overcome. Ark City has another outstanding team again this year.
Panthers break the huddle, 2nd and 9. I'm sure we'll just see them run the clock out. 2 wideouts with a slot. Barry drops straight. Boy's going to throw the ball right over the middle, intended for Corey Gurley coming across the middle, and the ball's a little underthrown. So
with this much time in this field position.
Severin's wide right, Gurley wide left for the Panthers. Foster takes the handoff. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage. He probably no gain on the play.
To the 20-yard line.
Timeout is going to be called by McPherson. Brings up 4th down, so they probably are going to want to try and take a shot at blocking the punt. 15 seconds to go in the half. Wehrman drops back in punt formation. They've got 9 on the line. They're coming hard up the middle. He gets it off. It's an end-over-end kick. It's going to be called fair catch.
Well, I can't believe there wasn't roughing the kicker on that, Ron. Wehrman got knocked down after he kicked the ball. Obviously got hit. Don't understand the no call in that situation.
Look for him to put it up here.
They've gone to trips on the right side, so Derby should be expecting pass.
Redstone on a drop straight back, looks down, he throws it deep. He's just going to throw it down there. It's going to be picked off by Nate Phillips again. That was just kind of a Hail Mary. 2-3 receivers over there, but about 3 or 4 Derby defenders, and Nate comes up with his 2nd interception. The clock run out. Panthers are going to go into the halftime 14-0.
With the McPherson Bullpups, some halftime stats for you. First half, Derby had 6 first downs, 1 by running, 3 by passing, 2 by penalties. McPherson had 1 first down by a run. Derby had rushing had 17 carries for 61 yards, lost 11 yards for a net 50 yards rushing. McPherson had 11 carries for 28 yards, lost 10 on passing, so that a net of 18 rushing yards. Passing, Barry Galbraith had 9 attempts, completed 6 for 119 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. McPherson had 5 attempts, no completions, no yards, 2 interceptions. Derby had 1 fumble, and McPherson had 1 fumble. Receiving was a big area for the Panthers. Malik had 3 catches for 42 yards. Corley 2 catches for 76 yards. Wehrman 1 catch for 1 yard.
75.
Penalties played a big part in the first half. The second half, we'll probably see some adjustments by the Panthers on their offensive line. I know that they the coaches have talked to halftime about the boys about picking the blitz up over the two offensive guard positions and making adjustments to pick up that blitz. The coaches will again are looking to attack the outside of the flats, taking what McPherson will give them. McPherson has loosened up on the offensive corners after Gorley burned them deep for a large gain. So look for Derby to go back to the short, quick stuff out to the flats and try to pull them up tight again to open the long pass out. I think it's key that Derby comes out the second half and do a little better job of picking up the stunts and protecting Galbraith when he wants to throw. There again, the defense has done an outstanding job. McPherson did come close to scoring one time through an incomplete pass. That field position started inside their own 35 after an excellent kickoff return. So the defense has done an outstanding job. Nate Phillips has had 2 interceptions, the only 2 interceptions that McPherson's thrown. Nate's picked off both of them.
Panthers, I'm sure, Terry, have made some adjustments at halftime, as you say, to pick up some of those blocking assignments. It isn't that they've done a bad job of blocking. They're making contact, but they're just not picking up the blitzes and the stunts. Some of the stunts that the interior defensive linemen of McPherson are doing game a little better because Barry's throwing the ball, but you've got to get that game going in order to be competitive in the conference throughout the rest of the year, and certainly going into the City League for the district play.
The first quarter and half was pretty jittery for the Panthers, and they did make some mistakes and had some penalties, and they settled down in the last 5 or 6 minutes of the second quarter, and that needs to carry over to the second half.
DeVore is ready to start the second half, tees the ball up at his own 40, set to kick off. DeVore's kick is a high hanging kick. It's going to be taken on about the 13-yard line by number 1. He's brought down, gets across the 25 out to about the 27. Pretty good little return. 28-yard line of McPherson.
Well, we've heard all week about McPherson's quickness, and they do have some quickness, so it's a good matchup for Derby.
McPherson's going to start with Josh Redstone, the number 2 quarterback in again. Number 8 fakes that handoff and was an option play. He turned the pitch, but he was hit right away.
That was an excellent play by Rehlander coming up, but what helped make that play was Jarrod Foster taking the pitch away from him, and as he turned up once Jarrod took the Foster, and Rehlander was there to make the tackle. Played just like coaches drawed up. Excellent defense.
Derby defense the option very well. I'm not sure whether they tried to do that earlier in the game. They never seemed to get beyond the end, and it was defensed extremely well. 2nd and 9 for the Bullpups. Redstone takes 1 step back, cuts around. He's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage again. Looked like he was trying to do a little option again. And, good penetration. 3rd and 11. Ball on the 27-yard line. It's a big key defensive play for the Panthers. Double wideouts for McPherson. Redstone drops straight back in the pocket. He looks downfield, throws to his big tight end, Brown, 81, 235-pounder coming over the middle, but he overthrows him and incomplete. So bring up 4th and 11. Nuster steps back to his own 40 to receive the punt for Derby. Burnett doing the kicking for McPherson. Derby had a pretty good rush on. They've got 10 men on the line. He gets off a high end over end. Foster fair catches it on the 44-yard line of the Panthers, and it was a good call. There were 3 white jerseys coming down on him pretty hard.
Give him.
Panthers break the huddle. Severin goes wide right, Burley wide left, I formation. Riedel is tight to the left, to the right. Galbraith drops straight back, pump fakes, throws deep. He's got Gurley deep. Nice catch by Barry. over the shoulder, brings it in inside the 30, about the 25, 24-yard line of McPherson.
Well, there again, I'm sure the play's set up that if the cornerback walks up and covers Corey 3 feet or closer, that he's going to go on a fly and pass and an excellent catch. But there again, I don't think McPherson has the talent to cover him one-on-one outside.
About 35-yard gain on that play. 1st and 10 Panthers. Little misdirection to Foster. He's on the right side, breaks one tackle. He's got the end. He's going to get inside the 20, down close to the 12-yard line before he's run out of bounds. There's a penalty flag out of bounds.
Well, they hit him a good 5 or 10 yards out of bounds, so I'm sure that's going to be unsportsmanlike against the Bullpups and move the ball down closer to should be 1st and goal for the Panthers.
That was a very late flag, Terry. Jarrod was out on the track when that flag was thrown, so I didn't see what happened over there. Personal foul against McPherson. That'll move it down to probably about the 6-yard line. Worley comes wide left for the Panthers. Riedel's tight to the right. Handoff to Foster, cuts back inside, down close to the goal line. Should be right down around the goal line, Terry.
If he's not across, he's got to be real close to it.
Nice hole on the right side for Jarrod to cut through.
Excellent surge by the offensive line that time. The last time the Derby had 1st and goal in the 2nd quarter was moving that defensive line out, so they did a better job that time.
Panthers split the backfield. Foster takes the handoff, goes in for the touchdown, but there's a flag on the play. Looks like motion against the Panthers, and that's certainly a penalty you don't want to have when you've got 2nd goal from the 1-foot line. Straight handoff on the left side. Jarrod took it in. Good blocking again by the Panthers as he went in standing up. Panthers break the huddle. Gurley comes wide left. Handoff to Foster, cuts back inside, drives down inside, touchdown.
That's just
Good hard run, good blocking.
That's good blocking and good hard running. Like I said, we didn't see that in the first time that Derby was in this position, and the offensive line did an excellent job that time of picking their assignment up and getting their job done. Foster did an outstanding job of following his blocks up the middle that time.
Chuck Hull will attempt the extra point. Galbraith is the holder. Good snap, ball's down, kicks up, it's good. 8:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. Panthers jump out front 21-0. Nice drive by the Panthers that time, Terry.
Well, the offense and defense both of it started out the 2nd half with outstanding series, and that's what they needed. They've got half under their belt. They need to settle down and play the football that they know how to play. It does do a good job coming in and filling in for him.
DeVore set to kick off for the Panthers. Curl and Waddell are back. It's a high kick, hanging kick's going to be taken by Curl at about the 12-yard line. He gets back to about the 20 and he's hit hard by 2 or 3 Panthers.
McPherson's got some speed, and we've seen it on the kickoff, so Derby really has to play heads up and be in position.
Redstone brings him out of the huddle. Pitch back to 9, Waddell, and he's going to pick up maybe 2 on the carry. He'll give him 3 on it.
To the power side. Reel did a good job of stacking them up outside and containing until he got some help.
Redstone fakes the pitch, throws deep over the middle. Brown's wide open. Excellent catch, but he was wide open. Took it full stride inside, just short of the 50-yard line. Just faked the pitch and stood straight up, looked down, and hit Brown right away. 2 wideouts for McPherson. Redstone comes down the right side on an option. He's going to be hit right, probably a yard behind the line of scrimmage and brought down hard.
Well, I think somebody had the wrong play that time.
Good defensive read and flow for the Panthers on that play. McPherson breaks the huddle. Split two receivers out wide, right and left. Redstone fakes the handoff, throws into the big tight end Brown again, and
He was well covered by Wehrman, and Malik came up and put a big hit on him, held him to about.
Pound senior. Gain of about 2 yards on the play. Bring up 3rd down, 9. Ball right on, just across the 50 into Derby territory. Big down for the Panthers defensively here. Brown checks back in at tight end, goes on the left side. Got a delay of game penalty coming up, I think, Terry.
Well, McPherson having a hard time getting in the right set that time.
3rd and 14 for McPherson. Redstone drops back, looks left, throws over the middle. Ball is flipped up and then caught again. Not sure who the receiver is. 24 is the receiver for McPherson.
Set to the left side that time and just ran the inside man down and curled into the zone. Excellent pass by McPherson. I think it's the best we've seen him throw all night.
It would appear that Redstone is the better passer of the two, and certainly the quicker of the two quarterbacks. I'm not sure why he didn't start, but
well, I think the other boy is the superintendent's son. So, you know, politics are involved.
it'll be 4th down and less than a yard.
It's good.
Ball inside Derby territory, and certainly McPherson will go for it here. Probably be a long count, but one never knows. Quarterback keeps it, and he'll have the 1st down. He gets across the 40.
He was just sliding down the line looking for the first hole he came to.
The yard line of the Panthers. Redstone brings the Bullpups out of the huddle.
Watch your verse, watch your verse. Here it comes, here it comes.
Inside handoff.
They faked it.
Good offensive, good surge by the offensive line for McPherson that time.
McPherson comes out in the slot right. Inside fake handoff, a little mix up there, or else it might have been good penetration by the Derby center of the line to mess that play up.
Up in the line.
It'll be 3rd and 7 for McPherson.
Watch your reverse, watch your reverse. Here it comes, here it is. Nope.
It's a straight handoff to number 9.
They're getting some of the quickness that we've heard about from McPherson, and when they get up in the open field, they've got some speed to run away from him.
Well, Liddell just took a straight handoff, and I don't believe anybody touched him from the line of scrimmage in, and he is fast. He takes it in for the touchdown. So with 3:22 to go in the 3rd quarter, the Bullpups get on the scoreboard.
Tailback. That wasn't a quarter.
About a 37-yard run. Looks like they're going to break the huddle, go for 2. Now they'll have to delay a game penalty.
Boy, it seems like that guy sure has a quick 25 or 30 seconds. Numerous calls tonight, not just against the Panthers, but also the Bullpups. And McPherson obviously doesn't have a kicker. They're still going to go for 2, even though they're 7 yards out.
Redstone does the fake, throws down, good defensive play.
Corey Gorley steps in and does an excellent job of taking away the inside position for the receiver. Excellent defensive play.
McPherson's kick. Burnett will do the kicking. Tees it up on his own 40. It's a little squibby spiral kick. Big Savi breaks 2 or 3 tackles. He's still on his feet.
He did an excellent job of handling the ball real hard. The player of the ball took a funny bounce, and he was late picking it up off the ground. He broke 3 tackles.
Come out of the huddle. Gurley's coming wide left. Severin goes wide right. Galbraith rolls left. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. A heavy rush. 3 or 4 McPherson defenders are in there. Brown was one of them leading the charge. Malik goes wide right for the Panthers. Early wide left. Corey drops straight back, hits Gurley out in the flat. He skips 2 tackles, cuts back inside, gets down close to the 35-yard line.
McPherson that time went to double coverage out there. They had a man short and 1 deep on Corey. And
Panthers break the huddle. Severin and Gurley are the wideouts. Hand off to Foster, gets it across the 35. It'll be good enough for a first down. Again, he only picked up about a yard on that play, but it was good enough for the first down carry.
Real tough yardage right there.
Malik and Gurley are the wide receivers. Wehrman and Foster the setbacks. Hand off to Foster. He's hitting the backfield, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles. He might get back to the line of scrimmage, but I doubt it. It looks like there's going to be a penalty in the backfield. It's going to be a clip. Looks like it's against Tyler Malik. 22 yards to go.
About a 20-yard penalty, so it works out to first and almost 30 for the Panthers.
Ball resting at the 17-yard line of the Panthers.
Berry drops straight back. He's going to keep it on a quarterback draw. He's loose on the right side. Breaks 1 tackle. He's going to go out of bounds across the 30. He ran that play about the first or second play of the game, and Berry picked up good yardage. So
there again, when you're in a stunning defense, and if that play's called, it's really going to make you pay the penalty for being in the wrong defense.
Panthers break the huddle. Doing a slot right formation. Gurley's wide right. Malik's in the slot. Linebackers. There'll be some movement on the line someplace. 25-yard line. Galbraith rolls right, sets up the outside. Now he's going to run the ball. Up, throws deep. He's got a man deep. He's got Gurley deep. Hits him inside the. Corey Gurley gets got behind the defender and was sitting back there all alone. Berry read it and threw deep.
Corley just took off running.
Penetration by Corey too, because the defender had turned around finally and got a hand up in his face, but Corey brought it down, and big pickup on the play, so that brings him out of trouble and puts him down inside the 35, about the 31-yard line of McPherson, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
Corey's got to be getting close to 150 yards receiving, and as we're just getting ready to start the 4th quarter, his folks sat down below us. I wish they'd get inside a little bit and holler.
Start the 4th quarter, Panthers will have it 1st and 10 on the McPherson 31-yard line.
First and 10 for the Panthers from the McPherson 31.
Gorley and Malik are the wide receivers. Foster, the ball carrier, over the left side. Again, tough yardage, just real tough yardage. Larry drops straight back. He's going to be hitting the backfield, gets away, throws deep. He's got a man down the sideline. He's going to be broken up in the end zone. Pretty good coverage that time.
Good defensive coverage on Corey. Barry was forcing to get the ball off. He was hitting the backfield.
Panthers with two wide receivers. Foster's in the slot with Wehrman the lone setback. That movement on the right side looked like.
And Corey was just a little anxious that time and went just about half a count early. This has been a sustained drive for the Panthers. They've kind of 2 steps forward and 1 step back, or there for a while, 2 forward and about 5 back.
4-yard line at McPherson. Burley comes out of the huddle, goes wide left. Severin goes wide right. Murray drops straight back. Over the middle, it's complete to Riedel. Riedel breaks 1 tackle, 2. He's still on his feet. Has 4 or 5 of them hanging on him. Gets inside the 25 to about the 23.
That was a little delay that Josh Riedel runs, and as strong as McPherson comes, as hard as they come, he just sits in and blocks.
The 4th and 4 for the Panthers. Malik goes wide left, Gurley wide right. Wehrman the lone setback again. Foster in the slot to the right. Galbraith drops straight back, looks deep, throws, ball's intercepted. Going to be brought down. We're lucky on that one, Terry. He was clear sailing if he'd had any more speed, but he picked that off out in the flat. The ball's just short of the 50-yard line, about the 48 of McPherson. 1st and 10 for the Bullpups. 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Redstone rolls right, pitches left. He's hit 2 or 3 times. Going to be brought down for a loss in the backfield. Chad Waddell in the backfield, brought down for a yard loss. McPherson goes the slot right formation. Redstone drops straight back, looks right, hit just when he was throwing it. I'm not sure who got through there.
Justin Williams making the big defensive play from his defensive guard position.
3rd down 11 for McPherson. That was a big defensive play for the Panthers. Good pursuit by Williams. Good penetration. Redstone rolls right. He's going to be brought down on a defensive play by Malik. Excellent pursuit.
Malik did a good job of springing out there and stepping up and making the play and throwing back for a big loss. Foster back to return the punt again. I'm sure he'd like to see him call a return instead of a block. Seems like every time he's received a punt tonight, it's been on 1 on 5.
Panthers got 10 men on the line again. Looks like they might be going, and they are. Well, they're just trying to confuse it. Give him plenty of time. Nice spiral. It's not going to turn over, but Jarrod's going to let it bounce. So he picks it up. Slips 2 tackles. 3. He turned the ball about 7 yards. I wasn't sure he'd pick that one up, but he did. And slipped a couple of tackles. Returned about 7 yards back to the 35-yard line of the Panthers. So just short of the 35. 8:06 to go in the ball game. Derby's up 21-6. And that's what they've done. Moved Wehrman to tailback and Robbins to the fullback position. Two wideouts for the Panthers. Hand off to Wehrman. Wehrman breaks to the outside. He's got the hole, breaks a couple tackles, gets down across the 40, close up to the 45. So a nice run by Shelby Wehrman out of the tailback spot.
He has real good burst of speed. He goes straight ahead and reads the block well and picks up. Looks like it's going to be enough for the first and 10.
Malik goes wide left. Gurley comes wide right. Panthers come up to the line. Little misdirection to Wehrman again. He runs over his own man, breaks two tackles. He'll pick up about 5 yards on the play, maybe 6. Good hard run by Shelby Wehrman.
Time.
Gurley comes up to the line. Severin wide right, Gurley wide left. Pitch back to Wehrman again, cuts back inside, picks up 3, 4, 5 yards, good enough for a first down. So Kirby's running game seems to be working a little better now. Of course, it's late in the game.
A few years ago, Aaron run for Hutch Juco this year was another one that had a good quick first step and hit the line going full speed.
Panthers in the slot left, Gurley wide left, Malik in the slot. Little counter to Wehrman again. He breaks through. He's across the inside to 30. Still on his feet. Breaks 3 or 4 tackles. And it's just some outstanding running. Good blocking at the line to get the hole there. But Wehrman just won't go down, and now he's down. Might have the wind knocked out of him.
Shelby doing a good job of running hard. Jared Foster, apparently he's shaking off his what we think looked like a leg cramp, and he's gone back out to the hole.
Fans.
Coach Evans helping him off the field. That scares me. Doesn't appear to be hurt, and he's going to shake it off. He's going to get a well-deserved rest anyway.
Panthers break the huddle. Foster's back in at tailback. Barry drops straight back, pump fakes once, looks downfield, throws deep. He's got Severin in the end zone, touchdown. Barry just dropped straight back, found Aaron Severin deep down the right sideline in the end zone. Pump fake once, threw deep, and Aaron had 6 points.
There against that speed that we talked about that we've been looking for all night, and Aaron Severin has it. Barry did an excellent job of throwing the ball perfect where it had to be right in the corner of the end zone.
See Shelby Wehrman standing down on the sidelines, taking a little water in. Looks like he's okay. Probably just got the wind knocked out of him. Looks like he's breathing deep. Chuck Holt set to try the extra point. Snaps good, kicks down, and it's a low one.
Just
so
a
it's
little bit outside.
Yeah. Kick is no good. To be a struggle in the first 3 quarters as far as the rushing game is concerned. Change the tailback, and Panthers are start blocking a little harder. Chris DeVore set to kick off for the Panthers.
DeVore, number 83, to kick off.
Gets a high end over end. Will be taken on about the 8-yard line. Hard hit. Jake sobbing down on the tackle. Looked like he stuck him hard right at the 20-yard line.
I tell you what, Jake's building a reputation tonight. He's done a good job on the special team. He's
He's knocked out of him, Terry. Josh Riedel comes out. He's played an excellent game at defensive end. Arnold's back in, number 3 at quarterback for McPherson. Throws a quick pass out, left flat, complete.
in the ball game, trailing 27-6. They need to make something happen, make it happen fast.
Trips right for McPherson. Arnold rolls right, throws out in the flat, complete. Good enough for a first down, driven out of bounds hard by Shelby Wehrman. And looked like he's okay on that hit.
The timeout and talk about now and get organized against this no-huddle offense.
So trips left for McPherson, one setback. Arnold, the quarterback. Straight handoff to the tailback. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage, so center of that defensive line still playing solid defense for the Panthers. Left. Second and 9. Arnold drops straight back. Threw off balance. Brown, the big tight end, caught it. Going to be hit short of the first down.
The target coming from that tight end position, a lot of concentration with the trips left. Kind of opens the middle for him. He comes in under the zone.
Arnold drops straight back again, looks right, throws over the middle. Got a receiver coming in, wide open across the center, slips a tackle. He's going to get down inside the 40. Going to go out of bounds at about the 39-yard line.
At the back waiting to see who comes in the open. Derby needs to get a little more pressure on the quarterback, not give him quite as much time to sit back there and wait for something to develop.
McPherson back in the pro set. Arnold drops straight back, throws across the middle again, hits Brown coming out in the flat. Going to be complete, going to be close to a first down.
McPherson's getting a good test, and they do have a good passing game. We've seen it this evening.
Arnold straight back, throws over the middle, deep, intercepted. Malik picks it off, intended for Brown, deep, and just overthrew him, and Tyler Malik picked it off.
To go now, it's on the offensive shoulder, the shoulders of the offense to eat the clock up and walk out here with a big victory to start the 1994 season.
Wehrman's back in at fullback, Foster at tailback. Hand off to Foster, up the middle, breaks 2 tackles. Jarrod's on the loose. He's inside the 40, across the 50. One man to beat. Couldn't do it. Nice run by Jarrod Foster.
I think Jarrod, when he was getting a breather, watched Shelby a little bit, decided that's how he needed to run, was straight ahead, and did an excellent job of busting that line of scrimmage.
First down, clear down to the McPherson 38-yard line. And McPherson calls timeout. Panthers break the huddle, 2:17 to go. First and 10 on the McPherson 38-yard line. Burley and Severin are the wideouts. Hand off to Wehrman. He gets hit in the backfield. Still picks up about 2 or 3 yards.
2 minutes to go, so 1 first and 10 should seal a victory for him here.
Pitch back to Wehrman, I believe, is at tailback now. And Shelby gets down inside the 30.
White makes the tackle for McPherson. Third down. We'll call it 3.
Third and 2 for the Panthers. Pitch back to Wehrman again, cuts around the outside, and he's loose. He's got the corner, 1 man to beat. He's going to drag him down inside the 10, close to the 5-yard line before he's run out of bounds.
Both sides of the football.
I'm not sure how many yards he's got, Terry, but he's got to be. It seems like he's pushing 100.
Well, I think all those have been in the fourth quarter. He's done an excellent job.
Tyler Malik checks in at a wide receiver now. Wehrman stays at tailback. Robbins at fullback. 58 seconds to go in the ball game. Whoa. Galbraith dropped straight back, and I'm not sure what that play was. It doesn't look like anybody was doing anything.
It's probably not a play they're going to call very often this year.
Tremendous penetration by the center of the McPherson line. And the Panthers got inside 30 seconds to go, and the Panthers are tight. I'm sure they're just going to down the ball, and that's what Barry does. McPherson's coming hard, though it's hard for him to get out from underneath the center.
I think that's what they were trying to do last time, but the offensive line still has to block for him.
And that'll be the last play, so tough game for the Panthers. They come out on top, 27-6. A lot of first game jitters, but it seems like they've got them worked out. As they go up to face a tough Ted Jantz team in Newton next week, they'll have some things to work on this.
You take it, right? how to block stunts. That's the big thing.
Well, congratulations, Coach Young, for the first victory in 1994. It was a good ball game.
Well, yeah, we had some really good plays out there, at times, and of course other times they made us look pretty silly. They did a lot of stunning, and that's a smart thing for them to do in the first game. It's tough to prepare for a team that's going to stunt like that the first game.
Well, we've heard
off to them.
We've heard all week about their quickness, and they did have some quickness, and we're doing some stuff like this thing to take advantage of it. And I think when the Panthers settled down a little bit and got some jitters out, that they came to play football.
Well, definitely. I know our players are really nervous. I think they feel a little pressure, this year, the way things have gone the past several years. And it's good to get this first game out of the way. I think now we can just concentrate on one game at a time, and I think we're going to be a lot better off.
A couple aspects of the game that I thought the Panthers looked real good tonight was the pass defense. The first half, Nathan Phillips intercepted a couple.
Right. Yeah, they really went to the ball, and most of the time we were in pretty good shape against the passing game.
I thought they did an excellent job. The fourth quarter, Shelby Wehrman came in at tailback when Foster got hurt, and he stepped in and did an outstanding job.
Shelby's a good runner. He's also a good blocker. It's really, we've got some talented backs, and it's really tough to decide who plays where. But of course, we were missing Tyson tonight, Malik, and hopefully we're going to have him back next week and in the future.
Well, this is probably one of those teams that doesn't have quite as much depth as you've had in the past, and it's going to be key to keep people healthy and get them all back.
Well, right. We've got some depth, but we've got a couple injuries at the same positions, it seems like, on defense there with Tyson, Malik, and Devin Klish, and when they get healthy, I think we're going to be in a little better shape.
Did McPherson do anything that you didn't anticipate tonight? We haven't played them for 3 years, and they had 19 starters coming back. And of course, you get scouting reports, but not seeing them for 3 years, you're not sure what they have. Did they have the game that you expected?
For the most part, they run some more option. We didn't expect the option game from them. We had some tapes from their team last year. They've got a new head coach, but he was the defensive coordinator for them last year, so we figured the defense would be pretty similar. And it was. The only thing different is they stunted a lot more out of it tonight than we thought they would.
Well, I think Derby did a good job of adjusting and taking what they gave to him was his pass in the flats and some quick stuff outside. Excellent ball game to start off the 1994 campaign. Next week we head up to Newton. What do you expect from Newton?
Well, Newton, they've got everybody back. They were all sophomores and juniors last year, and I know they'll be greatly improved. We're going to have to play real well up there to win.
Well, it's going to be a challenge, and as usual, I think the Panthers are up for it. So congratulations on the first victory of 1994, and we're expecting 11 more.
Thank you.